Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I am one of your two hosts. My name is Kellie Raspberry Evans. The other host number 2, is my husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan. A train in the house.
Not that you're number 2 ever, honey, but that's just the way the introduction works.
That's okay. Somebody's got to be 1. Somebody's got to be 2.
You want to be number 1 next week?
No, I'm very, very comfortable in my number 2 position.
Awesome.
Very comfortable.
Well, we have had a very full day, and we get to cap off our day recording the podcast for our podcast family. Something we look forward to and couldn't imagine going without.
You should have heard Kellie, listener, right 2 minutes before we hit the hit the big record button. Yeah, and then she was fumbling with her chair, and it got caught on the little the plastic floor protector, and she issued the biggest caveman guttural sound.
It was I was frustrated.
Will you do it for everybody?
No, it won't. It doesn't. It's not the same.
I mean, I just kind of looked at her.
Because repeating it isn't the same as it actually happening.
Why did you just do a caveman guttural sound?
Because I was frustrated.
Does it make you feel better?
Because I know we're running late. I've got a lot to do. And my chair wouldn't move.
I'm sorry.
And it came like one of those. You remember the guy that was running for president? One of those kind of things.
Oh, Howard Dean?
Yeah, one of those kind of noises.
We're going to take New Mexico, and we're going to take Massachusetts. Then we're going to California, and we're going to take Michigan.
It was something like that.
Something like that.
But not quite.
Well, babe, we've done a lot this weekend, and I think that's why we woke up at 10:30 this morning. We're tired.
Pooped.
We're pooped. We did a lot. We went on a double date. Maybe we'll touch on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We went and did something today that you have done a lot, but I've never done it before.
Never.
And that's lay on a gurney and get your stuff waxed.
Yeah.
So we may talk about waxing and all that involves as a couple.
Yeah.
You have a show bit. You have some show content.
I've been holding on to this, man.
This must be good.
Well, it's something.
Maybe I should have said that's coming last.
Well, we'll save it for last, just in case we run out of time.
And then the last thing I've got, hopefully we have time to get to it. My wife is so annoyed at me sometimes, and she did it again today.
Yeah.
I put on George Michael as I was getting in the shower.
Yeah.
And I went on and on about how bad the music of today is versus the music in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you sound like a grumpy old man.
A grumpy old man who wishes it was the 80s and 90s.
Right. But I've heard this spiel
yes.
many, many times.
Yes.
And I sit there and smile and listen to it. And today I finally said, honey, next time you snap at me for repeating myself, because when he tells me, yeah, honey, I've heard you. You've told me that before.
Don't say it like that.
He does too.
I don't say it like that.
Yes, he does.
Not like that.
I sit there and I listen to his 80s and 90s is better music spiel over and over and over with a smile. I said, okay, next time you snap at me, I'm going to remember how many times I've heard this 80s and 90s music bit over and over again and remind you of that.
See, but what I told Kellie is the difference is I know that I'm doing that bit where I'm doing it over and over and over. When Kellie tells me something, she has Hashimoto's. She doesn't remember the next time she tells me the same thing.
So the fact that you do it on purpose means that you're a jerk. And when I do it, it's because I don't realize I've told you that story. Right?
You can't call me a jerk on the podcast.
If you do that on purpose.
You need to take that back.
But I'm saying
you need to apologize and take that back.
Come on, you know you're being a jerk when you do that. If you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm passionate about the music and how bad it is today versus the 80s and 90s.
You just said you repeat it on purpose.
Well, I do. Can't call me a jerk.
All right.
You're not going to apologize, are you?
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So that's what we have. I think we'll get to it. Well, I don't know. El Presidente Sean and Boss Man George said that we need to cut this back.
We've already taken a poll of the podcast family, and they don't want us to cut it short.
And listener, I've been working hard on the El Presidente Sean impression.
You have been.
Not sure I'll roll it out this podcast, but eventually he'll make an appearance.
Yeah, you've wavered. One day you like nailed it, and then you kind of you didn't practice enough, and then you kind of fell off a little bit, but you almost got it.
I think I've got it.
You're really close.
I've spent enough time with Sean.
Well, do you want to break off a little something?
No.
Not that confident.
I'm not that confident yet. Okay, babe, but I am confident that we need to do a little bit of this.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk to parents real quick. Let's be honest, parents. It is sometimes, it's a lot easier to put our kids in front of a screen than it is to help them find a book that they like. But it has been proven that kids who read books have better vocabularies and they have longer attention spans. That is something that's really been suffering from all this screen time kids are going through every day. So having a longer attention span, a better vocabulary, these are good things. And that's why you need to know about Literati. Literati is a subscription book club that makes it easy to find really unique and interesting books for your kids that they look forward to receiving. Literati mails 5 teacher-approved books to your kid every month. And in fact, this is the book club subscription that teachers buy for their own children. So you don't have to go to a bookstore and guess, is this something my child would enjoy? Is this over their heads? Is it not stimulating enough to hold their attention? All the guesswork's out because these are curated for your child's age. And these are unique books from small publishers around the world. So it's not the same book, rinse, lather, repeat, that you're tired of reading to your kids. These are new books you're exposed to. Plus, Literati, they come in this theme, like one month it'll be the spirit of adventure, or the next month it could be the animal kingdom. And they've got exclusive original art that you can actually frame and put in the room, plus a personalized note for your child. Kids love that. And you really will notice the difference because one parent shared that after about a year of being with Literati, her second grader is reading at a 5th grade level, and her child is insatiable when it comes to reading now. Each month you get to buy the books you want to keep, you return the rest. That's really easy and free. And Alan, you have enjoyed reading the books you were saying, I need to start reading more to Dylan and Cole at bedtime.
Boys love them.
And it's been just the easiest thing. And I'm going to tell you, the presentation's so beautiful. You really need to try the Literati subscription service.
And for a limited time, go to literatibooks.com and use promo code LOVIN. All right, LOVIN for $20 off your first box. Plus, kids 3 and up get a special blacklight pen.
That's cool.
How fun is that? Dylan loves those. He absolutely loves those. This is their best offer available anywhere. To get it, you have to go to literatibooks.com. Use that promo code LOVIN. You'll get $20 off your first box, plus that free blacklight pen for kids 3 and up. Once again, that's literatibooks.com, promo code LOVIN.
Literati, in case you're wondering.
Love Literati.
It was such a beautiful box. I was so impressed when it came for the kids.
You're big on packaging.
I love packaging. I love pretty presentations. Make it pretty when you can.
All the pretty things. So we went on a double date. We haven't done that in a while. We have a kid-free weekend. Well, mostly kid-free weekend.
Mostly. Emma Kellie came back a little bit early from her dad's.
Yeah, but that didn't prevent us from going on a double date last night. Mm-hmm. We went with our friends, Melissa and David.
Podcast family members. Met them on the family vacation. We all went to Mexico together.
A wonderful couple. Very funny couple.
They're a lot of fun.
David and Melissa are very funny people. And we decided to go on a target shooting date.
We went shooting guns.
So we went to the Guntree Club, and that was a fun activity that all 4 of us could do.
Yeah, there were a lot of men and women there together, a lot of men showing their women how to shoot a gun. I saw a dad there with some of his daughters, teaching them how to shoot. It's really a fun, different date night activity if you're looking for something to do. In fact, Melissa told me that for Valentine's Day, she tried to book that for David. Mm-hmm. They were sold out far in advance. She thought she was coming up with something unique and different, but apparently that's a very popular thing to do. And at this particular gun range, they have a restaurant that serves like steak dinners and stuff. So if you're looking for a neat date idea, that's what we did. We loved it.
Yeah, it's fancy. It's called Frisco Gun Club.
That's the one we went to.
Hashtag not an ad.
But there are a bunch of them.
Yeah, there are a lot of gun ranges around. But it's not the one I usually go to. The one I usually go to doesn't have air conditioning.
I don't know why you would ever go there in the summer. Ugh.
Well, I don't.
Ugh.
So that was fun. We shot a lot of different types of guns. Kellie did really, really well. She did better than I can remember you doing in the past.
We've only shot one time before.
Yeah.
This was my second time.
It was an improvement on last time.
Thank you.
So
it helps when you have that laser pointer.
I have a few that have a laser sight on them, and you like that, right?
But man, there's something, the first time Alan took me, he surprised me on a double date when we'd only been dating, maybe 6 months?
Not too long, yeah.
It wasn't too long. We went and I remember that first time pulling the trigger. I'd never, ever fired a gun before, and I was scared to death because you don't know what to expect that first time you pull the trigger. And it's a powerful thing. And it's not a toy. It's not a toy at all.
No, it's not a toy.
Outside of a target range, I don't know. It was interesting.
Well, Kellie was safe. That's the number one thing, listeners. If you ever do this or asked to do this, I told Kellie there's really 2 rules when you go to the range. Always keep it pointed downrange. Never pointed at anything or anyone. Keep it pointed.
Yeah, you'll get kicked out ASAP.
And never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot the gun. If you do those 2 things, you'll probably keep all your fingers and toes.
Probably.
Yeah. If you don't, all bets are off.
But it was fun. We did that.
Fun. Yeah.
And we went out and had dinner and a few drinks, a few laughs.
So Melissa and David, they probably won't mind us saying this. They called us giant people.
Yes.
Because
they're shorter in stature.
They're not giant people.
No.
I'm not going to say they're
little people.
Little people.
They're not little people.
They're not little people.
But they're shorter in stature than we are.
But we're huge.
Yes.
I mean, we're big.
I was going to wear my heels last night. In fact, when I put my heels on, I was as tall as Alan. He's 6'1".
and then I remembered, had my flat shoes on.
Yeah, and then I was like, I better put on the flats for this date.
So we took some pictures as we were leaving the restaurant. And there's this big wooden bear in the entryway. And I took a picture with David, and Kellie took a picture with Melissa. And for some reason, David and Melissa both put their hands on the bear when we were taking pictures with him. Do you remember that?
No.
It's like why did they do that? And then I'm like, I don't know, 3 heads taller than David, and you're like 5 heads taller than Melissa. And they said they thought they were Oompa Loompas.
Aww.
But then they said I looked like an Oompa Loompa. And I don't know
giant
if that's,
Oompa Loompa.
Well, and I don't know if that's because of my skin. Then I started getting self-conscious.
Oh, you're
Is it because of my skin tone?
No.
Is that why Melissa called me an Oompa Loompa?
No.
Huh?
No. I don't know. You have to ask her, actually.
I'm gonna call her on this. Ask her why she called me an Oompa Loompa.
No, but it was fun. We were good. We got to bed early. But I'll tell you what, last week kicked me in the butt. I woke up this morning, I rolled over and looked at the clock, and it was 10 minutes past 10. I could not believe it. I mean, I was sleeping so hard. It's one of those mouth open, cotton mouth. I know I was snoring. Did you hear me snoring?
I didn't hear you snoring.
I know I was, because my mouth was wide open. I was on my back when I woke up. That crusty taste in your mouth. 10 past 10. I cannot tell you the last time I slept that late.
Maybe it was like we were in college.
I don't know what was wrong with us.
What's the matter with
us?
Yeah, I know. Well, I got up and did my customary business about 6:30. And then came back to bed and passed out for another 4 hours.
I know.
I don't know what my problem was.
And then when you wake up that late on a weekend, I feel like the whole day is just shot. You feel like you got such a late start. I don't know. I always felt like we were running behind all day today. And in fact, we were running behind all day today.
We were until 12 o'clock, which is the time we had a waxing appointment.
Right, right.
So Kellie's been doing this forever. You've done this forever.
Yeah.
What do you get done, babe?
I get a Brazilian.
Whoa.
A Brazilian. We talked about this on the radio before. I mean, on the podcast before, right?
I think we have.
We were getting ready to go to Mexico with the podcast family vacation, but we were in Galveston the week before that with the kids. It was like one of those, we just were like on a perpetual vacation, it seemed like. And grooming was an issue that I needed to get taken care of. So I tried to book an appointment, the very last appointment, the night before we're supposed to leave to go to Mexico. And I went to the place I normally go, and I'll tell you what, she was so rude to me.
Whoa.
There had been a mix-up on the appointment, and like it was my fault. And I showed up. She said, "I'm leaving." I said, you don't understand. If I don't get this appointment now, I'm going to Mexico.
It's going to be like the Congo.
And it's not good. And so she begrudgingly stayed and did my appointment.
I remember you telling me
So she's
this.
mad at, and you know how pleasant that was for me? Because that's an intimate moment between you and your waxing technician. And she's ticked off at me. And so I'm like, I told her, I'll tip you extra. I'm really sorry. It was just not a good experience.
So wait a second. She begrudgingly did a Brazilian on Gracie Award-winning regional radio personality and star. What's the other thing you won?
The Air Blazer.
Air Blazer Award-winning, 25-year veteran and sweetheart of the airwaves in Dallas-Fort Worth.
My goodness.
Won Kellie Raspberry.
Yeah.
And she begrudgingly
She wasn't happy.
Gave you the Brazilian?
She wasn't happy. By the end of it, because I charmed her, because let me be honest, I'm very charming when I need to be.
Oh, you were real charming 5 minutes ago when you called your husband a jerk on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, you were acting kind of jerky.
Real pleasant.
But when I need to be, I can be very charming. And so by the end of the appointment, she and I were basically good and we were friends and everything. But I'm thinking, I don't want to go, why do I want to go back there?
Opened up the doors.
Wasn't a good experience.
Hey, opened up the doors for us to go try somewhere else.
Right. So we tried somewhere else because this guy I used to know years ago, I'll be honest, we used to go to the gym together and he was like my pretend gym boyfriend in my head because this is before I met you, honey.
Yes.
I don't have a pretend gym boyfriend anymore.
I realize.
But he was like, when you have your pretend gym boyfriend or girlfriend, you always work out a little bit harder and stand up a little bit straighter and do a couple more reps because your pretend gym boyfriend's there. That's what it was for me. But he opened his own waxing waxing business.
Yeah, and I had lunch with, his name's Daryl.
And I ran into him, and that's when he was saying, I want you to try it. And I said, this is God putting you in my path because I don't want to go back to where I've been going. So, and he's like, I swear you're going to love it. His wife, he has a wife too. I'm telling you, it was all pretend. It was all in my head. He wasn't really my boyfriend. It's one of those things. Anyway, his wife and he decided to start their own waxing business, and they went over to Europe to get the best wax. I mean, this is like luxury stuff. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And Alan has been dealing with hair in places that he's not real thrilled with.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not like Sasquatch.
You're not,
but
but you like to groom. And I've been telling Alan, you need to try it. You need to try it. And he's like, no, because you know what ruined it for men is that 40-year virgin. What was 40-year-old virgin? Mm-hmm. Where he's getting his chest waxed. Kellie Clarkson. Every man thinks it's like that. It doesn't have to be that way.
Well, what's the name of the place?
The place is called Honey Bear.
Honey Bear, yeah.
Honey, Bare.
And it's in Plano. It's in Plano. Close to us, yeah.
But this, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not just saying this because he's a friend. This was the most comfortable experience I ever had waxing. I'm not going to say it was pleasant because you can't say it's pleasant. But you know how if you've ever been waxed, ladies, they'll say, okay, you ready? Deep breath, hold your breath. And when I say 3, let it out. 1, 2, 3. And you're tense. I get up off the table. The table's wet because I've been sweating because it's such a tense experience. I didn't flinch once.
I tried it too. And
You'd never been waxed before.
I'd never been waxed before, and it didn't hurt at all. Yeah, I did like the inside of my nose.
The inside of his nose.
Per Kellie's recommendation.
Yeah. Because men, as you get older, your hair starts growing in your ears and in your nose. And you're always asking me to pluck those hairs on your back.
I've always had kind of fuzzy earlobes, so she took care of that. Mm-hmm. And then, like my upper back, like I said, I don't have a hairy back.
No,
like
you
a
don't.
lot of guys,
because you've had laser hair removal. When you get laser hair removal, the white hairs don't always.
I never knew that. Mm-hmm. That the black ones can't. The laser kills them, but the white ones survive.
Yeah. So when you get older and start getting gray hairs, waxing is a really good alternative. But you're going to go back. It was that easy.
Well, yeah, and what's cool about this place is, they have free cocktails.
Yeah, they give you a cocktail when you walk in the door,
what waxing
or a
place
cappuccino if you don't drink.
He had champagne, a bourbon. He's got a fancy espresso machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had a good time.
It's luxury. And like when I was getting my wax, she said, "Do you want to do some eye patches?" Because I've been like dark circles under my eyes. I said yes. So they put these eye masks on me while I was getting waxed. I'm telling you, I'll never go anywhere else.
Wow,
this is it. This is it for me.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Well, again,
so we recommend them if you want to try it.
The name of the place is Honey Bear, and it's myhoneybear.com, and it's bear, B-A-R-E.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is a Brazilian...
It's everything down below.
Well, I did a little research of my own online.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't go to Google Images or anything. I was just reading.
See, I went in with Alan.
And it said...
It's a joke?
And it said, I wasn't looking at Brazilians, the images of Brazilians. I was reading about it.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get my joke. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so I was doing my own research about Brazilians online, and I was reading about it, and it said it could be all, but it could also leave.
A landing strip, they call it.
A landing strip. There you go. So do you want to educate?
Were these shocking terms to you?
So do you want to educate audience on how Kellie Raspberry Evans rolls?
I go completely. Why? What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to...
Why are you... You're acting like a little boy.
I'm just trying to embarrass you. You're not taking the bait.
Not about this. This doesn't embarrass me. I've done it so many years. It's not embarrassing anymore.
No, I did my back, my ears, and the inside of my nose. And then she says, is there anything else you want to do? And I was like... Well, maybe I'll work up to some other stuff, the technician.
Some men do get waxed down there.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so do men do that like women do Brazilians? And she goes, yeah, oh yeah, all the time. And I said, really? And she goes, oh yeah, I did my husband. He does it. And I'm like, wow. I said, so does it hurt? And she said, well, I mean, I don't know personally, but she said, he tells me that it's a little more sensitive than you doing your back or your nose. Because it's, it's tender, thin skin.
Yeah. Who knew the podcast was going to go in this direction? But yeah, so anyway, it was interesting. I went in with Alan to get his done. He did not go in with me. I told him he does not need to see that because it would forever change the way he looks at me. But to watch me get mine done, I think you would have not. It would have freaked you out, I think.
I've seen you squat on the hog before. What
does that mean?
Sit on the pot. What is
I think
getting a Brazilian gonna?
I think that would change the way you look at me.
How?
I just think it would.
I've seen you pooping
Alan,
on the toilet.
Stop it! No, you have not.
I've seen you pee.
No, you have not.
Then
take back what you just said.
You take back.
You're getting real vulgar.
You take back me being a jerk.
I already told you I was sorry, but when you do things on purpose, it makes you a jerk.
Okay, I take it back.
You're being gross now and
no,
vulgar.
I'm not.
You haven't seen me poo. You haven't.
I haven't.
You just said that to embarrass me, and you admitted it.
I've heard her.
Alan, you have not. Stop.
Okay.
This podcast is going in a completely bad direction.
Well, that's what happens when you start talking about hair removal. You wanted to talk about it.
I did. You did. We went on a double date to get waxed together.
It was fun. All couples should do it, I think. They should all become smooth together.
All right. And it doesn't have to be a juvenile experience.
It was not. I was very mature the whole time. I conducted myself with a high level of maturity, unlike now.
Yeah, now you choose to be immature.
All right. That's that. What else we got? Oh, you got something. Oh, you want to do this first, though?
No, I do not.
What?
Oh, goodness.
You want to do this now?
I think going right from that to this.
Well, then do this. A little bit of that, and then do this.
All right, look. I have been holding on to this topic for a while, teasing it. I'm going to tell you, it's not like earth-shattering stuff, but I just thought it was a really interesting article. I love Oprah's magazine. It's one of those things whenever I go to a doctor's office or something, I always pick it up and read it. Why don't I subscribe to this magazine? And then it's like I get home and I subscribe to them and they stack up. I get 50 issues before I cancel. But I do subscribe to her website. So I get these interesting emails from Oprah all the time. And I suffer from bag lady syndrome. I don't know if anybody else does. Do you have what do they call that? Hobo syndrome?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Bag lady syndrome is just where you always think you're going to end up being a bag lady, homeless, living on the street.
No, I don't think I'm
you
going
don't
to
have
be homeless.
That?
No.
I have bag lady syndrome. I've talked to a couple of my girlfriends who are actually very successful, and they also have bag lady syndrome. It just, I don't know what it is. You feel like you're going to end up with nowhere to go and no money and no place to live. I don't know where that comes from. It's kind of silly, but it's a money insecurity thing.
Like a hobo?
Yeah.
Or like a bum?
Yeah. Bag lady. It's called bag lady syndrome.
Bag lady an appropriate politically correct term?
I don't know. It probably isn't, and I've probably offended a homeless person now. But bag lady syndrome is a real thing.
Okay.
You can Google image that if you'd like.
Okay. I may do that.
So anyway, Oprah.com, she had this and it caught my eye. It was 8 money mistakes that every woman has made. I'm sure men have made mistakes as well, but this was geared toward women, as Oprah Magazine is.
Okay.
And they just went out on the street and they approached all these different women and said, hey, what's the biggest money mistake you ever made? Some of these are probably universal truths. Some of these are very, very specific. So number one,
okay,
the money mistake this one random woman said she made. Her name is Melissa. She's a consultant from Austin. She said, not supporting a friend in her new business. She said, in my 30s, friends started selling things like Pampered Chef. I would go to the parties and not buy anything. I regret that. My friend was super excited about her business and she thought it was going to take off and she was going to quit her job. I didn't want to feed her false hope, so I just didn't buy it. Going back, I would just buy something and support her. How many of our friends have done stuff like that before? Like they start selling stuff in the first place they start selling is their friends and family. Mm-hmm. And we run the other way. The least we could do is support them, go to their parties and buy something. So that's the regret she has, not supporting another woman in her dream.
Okay.
Okay. That was number one.
Okay.
The essential lesson there, if there's someone you care about who's selling something, just buy it. Who cares what it is? Today, I'd buy anything from anyone. All right, number two, Angie, who works in education in New York City, said she chose the wrong major, which led to, her income. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a money mistake. She said, I think I chose the wrong major because...
It's like a life mistake.
Yeah, I don't like business. Right now, I kind of changed programs. I'm working with kids. I realize I like that better. I spent a lot of money studying business, so she wasted money on a degree she didn't want. The lesson is, if you're not sure about what you want to study, take your time, think about it, because you're going to spend too much money on that. It's something you might be doing your whole life. So do you feel like you wasted your money on your degree and ended up doing something else?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Well, no.
But did I waste money on my degree? Because I got a degree and I don't really use it.
Well,
college isn't for everyone.
Well, the stuff I learned back in the late 80s, early 90s none of it applies now.
I remember I
studied technology in the early 90s.
Right, so it's antiquated.
All out of date, yeah.
I remember I went to school with a girl and she got to her last semester of her senior year and dropped out because she realized, I don't want to do this. This isn't what I want to be. And she panicked and dropped out. Mm-hmm. That's not good. Number three, Adriana, a financial advisor from Toronto, said she regrets not buying a 3-bedroom apartment in 1977 in the Upper West Side for $33,000. My parents have stories like that where they were offered lakefront property for just a few $1,000s and they were like, nah, pass. And then it quadruples, and that was a huge mistake. She said the money was in the bank because we'd rather have the money in the bank than spend it on something silly like that. A $33,000 apartment in the Upper West Side in 1977. Can you imagine what that would be worth today?
A lot.
So the essential lesson, she said, to my child, I say, listen to your mother when your mother says a very smart way to spend your money is to buy real estate. Number four, Christy, a commercial real estate agent from Dallas, said her biggest money mistake was her ex-husband. I was the breadwinner and my husband took care of the finances and did a lot of spending with it. I probably should have gotten involved more and not just trusted the fact that he was taking care of things without realizing how much was going out the door. The lesson here, keep on top of your finances, ladies. Don't trust someone you think is taking care of your finances. Just have some knowledge as to what's going on.
It's a good point.
It's also a good point because men typically, not saying this to be morbid, but men typically die before their wives do. And if you have no idea where anything is, what a mess, right?
You got to know where everything is, babe. You got to know where the cash is. You got to know the passwords to everything. You got to know the accounts and all that.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah. And like we've been telling my father too, my father has, car lots and all these things and money everywhere. If he dies, we don't know where anything is. It's important to get that stuff because I don't want my mother, who's never really known about stuff like that, to kind of panic when the time comes. So I'll take a pause from that real quick. That was number 4. We've only got 4 more to go. But real quick, let me tell you about something I have been enjoying. If you find yourself waiting in a doctor's office for an hour or you show up early for carpool, you're the first in line, that means you're going to be waiting for a while. I've got a fun way for you to pass time while engaging your brain. It's called Best Fiends. It's a fun game I found. I've been playing it all the time on my iPhone. Best Fiends. It's a casual. Yeah, I have.
I've been playing this all the time.
It's a casual game anybody can play, but it is made for adults, but it's simple enough for kids. They can get it too. You can spend as much time or as little time as you'd like, and it's really fun. I'm killing slugs. I'm earning diamonds and keys to treasure trunks. I'm collecting different characters. I have to use strategies to get to the next level. I'm on level 95, by the way, in case you're keeping track.
Done.
I just jump on, maybe stay for about 5 minutes, or maybe I'll jump on for 20. It all depends on what I've got going on or what I don't have going on at the time. And you can share your progress with your friends and family, check on how you're doing compared to them. Best Fiends is a 5-star rated game, 100 million downloads globally, which is really incredible when you think about that. And you don't even have to have an internet connection to play, so it's great for when you're traveling. It really helps pass the time on airplanes when you get on the plane and find out they don't have a movie for you to watch. That's when I first got hooked on Best Fiends, and I've been loving it ever since.
You are hooked on Best Fiends. Engage your brain with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute characters. This is a 5-star rated mobile game on the Apple App Store and Google Play, and you can download it free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And that's Friends without the R. The app is called Best Fiends, Fiends.
That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Got it?
Love
They're like
Best
little
Fiends.
tiny monster things. They're cute. All right, back to the 8 money mistakes every woman has made. Oprah.com, they sent a reporter out in the street and just asked random women. We already went through number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, should have started saving earlier for retirement, said Deborah, who is a TV producer from Orlando, Florida. She said, I started seriously saving in my 30s. I should have started in my 20s because time does make a difference with compounding and money adding up later in life. I didn't realize the importance of saving money and how quickly time goes by. The essential lesson, start saving even if it's just a little bit and start saving earlier. I can't tell you how many times we have to have an annual meeting at our little small company where we work, and boss man George,
Amen.
He brings in Dan. He's also the financial guy.
Dan.
My financial guy is,
Love
that's
Dan.
how I found him, was through work. And he tells all these young interns, these people that are part-time, just fresh out of college, 21, 22 years old, start saving now, even if it's just a little bit, just $25 a month, whatever you can do. And they're all sitting there, nope, need my money.
They're going to blow it at the bar, babe.
They've got to pay their rent. They've got to go out to the bars. They want their frappuccinos, and you can't convince them otherwise. I was never like that. The minute I found out about 401ks and stuff, I started saving because it made sense to me. And if I could have started saving even earlier, I would have. But I'm in a really good position now because I've been doing this for 25 years.
Yeah,
right?
You're better off. I mean, anyone can start saving now, but what you can't do is go back in time. And it's the time, like you said, it's the time that compounds that money, and it rolls over on itself and rolls over, and the time it compounds and compounds and compounds. So if you can start it early, like Kelly said, start it at like $10, $100 a month, whatever you got.
And the more, the better.
Yeah.
Number 6, the biggest money mistake Tracy, who is a government health worker from Brisbane, Australia, made was
Good eye, mate.
shoes. She said, it's been a lifelong tragedy, basically, from when I was a teenager. When I started working, I just thought I could spend more on them. It's the one constant. But the lesson here is I would probably be more financially responsible. I was very irresponsible with my shoe buys. Buy high-end, fewer pairs. And I think that's just the overall thing, is you buy quality instead of quantity when it comes to anything.
Some people would say buy fewer pairs, but buy low quality because the money is in the brand name and the marketing and not necessarily the shoe.
But if you buy a quality shoe, it'll last you.
Is that true?
Well, it's a quality shoe. $300.
Now, if it's a Rothy's, this is true.
Well, right.
Let's be real.
I keep shoes. Like, I have shoes that I still wear today that I have since before McKellie was born. And she is going to be 13 in a month or so. So I hold on to shoes. But if I don't go out and buy $500 designer shoes either.
Yeah. No, I was just throwing that out. I'm like Kelly. I kind of buy nicer shoes. I have like you said, I have shoes that are 10 years old.
But I do buy cheap crap shoes too.
Yeah, I don't like cheap crap shoes because they hurt my feet.
I know, but you just buy them for a minute.
They're made out of like plastic.
I know.
They just kind of hurt your feet.
Number 7, not buying Amazon stock in the 90s. Ann is an administrative assistant from Renning, Pennsylvania. And she said, I wasn't savvy enough. In your 40s, when you're working to survive, you don't have the extra money to buy stock. Now that I'm older and the kids are grown, you have the opportunity and you know what brokers do. The essential lesson, ask for advice, as odd as it is, about things you don't know. Don't be embarrassed. Just go ask somebody. Every company or every major corporation, they've got people. Go to people you're associated with in the company you work for. And if that's not available, go to your parents. Ask who your parents used. I didn't have the same sense to do that, and I should have, and she would have owned Amazon stock. I'll tell you about one guy, I'm not going to mention his name. He worked for Mark Cuban, walked into Mark Cuban's office and quit less than a week before Mark went, what was it, public with the Yahoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sold broadcast.com.
Broadcast.com. Was it to Yahoo? What was it?
I think to Yahoo, yeah.
That man, how do you... less than a week, and they were trying to say, because you can't say anything. He was like, I wouldn't quit. Now if I were you, I wouldn't quit. And he's like, nope, I'm gonna go try something else, do something else. He could have been a bazillionaire.
Yeah, it's like throwing away a lottery ticket.
Did you miss out on anything like that?
Have I missed out on anything like that? No.
Would you even know?
Well, no, I haven't missed out on anything like that.
And number 8, Peggy is a real estate agent from Corpus Christi, and she said she was totally too frugal her entire life. She said, I've always been a saver. It's just my nature. My mom was frugal. We jokingly used to call her deep pockets because she couldn't quite reach the money that was in there. I didn't want to be like that, but it just came to me. I'm 71 now, and I really kind of regret not going for it more so. Mm-hmm. I remember going to New Orleans with my husband, and we kind of looked at this boat that was going to go out, and we thought, no, it's $40. And we walked away from it, and we did that on many, many occasions. At the time, convincing myself, why? It's going to be $40. Why do it? Now, I just wish we would have. I thought I was going to change around 64, and I have to some extent.
See there, that's why I have bucket list. She didn't have go on a boat on her bucket list.
Right.
That's my fear. Being 71, now she's looking back at her life saying, golly, I wish I could have done that and this. Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
When you're traveling
Too late.
and you're seeing all these things, but you cheap out on some experiences. The lesson here, she said, go for it. I've changed. I really have. And I'm very proud. Recently, my husband and I were somewhere for dinner. It was like, oh, $46 for a steak? Sure. 5 years ago, we would have been like, what? $46 for a steak? And now we just do it.
You know, I mean,
I do it every day.
I like to save for our retirement, and we do save, and we have a plan for college and retirement and all that stuff. But I don't want to be the richest guy in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do me any good at that point. I mean, it's going to do I guess your heirs a lot of good, but do you want to be the richest person in the graveyard?
No.
What good does that do you?
So we're going to blow it all for the kids? The kids have nothing?
Blow their entire inheritance?
Hey, they can make theirs just like we made ours.
There you go, babe.
I've never counted on an inheritance. I don't know. And I look at somebody like Warren Buffett. Didn't they say he's not going to give his kids anything?
Really?
I think that's the one, right? He wants them to know the value of money and to get it on their own. Because you have seen some rich people who are spoiled. And I mean, in the sense of they don't have a work ethic, and it really ruins them. They have, like, the kids of really, really wealthy people. They don't have any focus, any purpose, any drive. They're the most depressed people. Some, not all the time. I've known some kids of rich people who are very happy and doing very well on their own, but
they don't have any incentive.
Right. When you know you're going to have daddy's money, what gives you the incentive to go out and do anything?
Well, there is none.
Right.
I've read a lot about that. I forget what the statistics are, but the majority of people who have money have a wealthy family. Like they've come into the money, and there's a far smaller percentage of people who have actually earned that million or billion, whatever it is.
Right.
And I'm talking real generalities, but I forget if it's a million or a billion, but most people in that position have inherited that money or come from a wealthy family.
And then what do you do with it after that?
Right. Spend it, I guess.
Or invest it and do something good with it. But anyway, I thought those were very interesting.
Those are, babe. Good show content.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
That's what I strive for.
Let's see here.
You have a bunch of stuff on your list.
Well, okay. Yeah, we can talk about this relatively quickly. So on the podcast Family Vacation in Mexico, we met a couple. Their names were John and Debbie.
Yeah.
And John is a guitarist in a local band here in Dallas-Fort Worth called Cherry. and they're a Motley Crue cover band.
There's two of them. Cherry's one, and there's another one. The Motley Crue cover band, I don't think it's called Cherry.
Okay, well,
Cherry's 80s music.
He's in a band called Cherry.
Right, he is.
All right, so he plays in a band. He's the guitarist, and he and I were talking by the pool one day, and we were just talking about music because he realized that I like the same types of music that he likes, which is kind of 80s and 90s rock. And he said, hey, have you ever thought about, can you name 3 songs from the 40s? I was like, no. Can you name 3 songs from the 50s? I was like, well, maybe like 1 or 2. He's like, what about from the 60s? I'm like, oh, yeah, I can name 3 songs from the 60s. 70s? Yes. 80s? Absolutely. 90s? Absolutely. Okay. What about the 2000s? And then it starts to get a little harder. He's like, what about the 2010s? And I'm like, that's the worst music there is what we have today.
Well, that's also because of your age, you know? Yeah. So the kids today, I think the music means the most to you when you're in teenage and in your 20s. Mm-hmm. And so that's the music that means the most to you, and that's the one that you latch onto and it means something. And everything else is garbage. Well,
and I knew you were going to bring up the age thing. So there's a statistic, there was a study that was done about from 18 to 24-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And it was, what music do they recognize the most on Spotify? And overwhelmingly in this study, the music that they recognized the most wasn't the music that they listened to. It was the music from the 60s. They recognized more songs from the 60s than they recognized that are on that's current today.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that means they like it more or it's just in their brains more somehow because of TV
Classics.
Or jingles or what.
Yeah.
So I had this conversation with John, and then I've just been thinking about it since then, and I've always kind of thought about it, and I always bounce this off Kelly whenever something comes on the radio or I play a song. So we were with Melissa and David last night, and somehow the subject of George Michael came up. And we were talking about George Michael, and we kind of just went on from there. But I went to sleep last night, and then I woke up, and I must have been dreaming about it because I had the freaking song Freedom like drilled in my head. George Michael, Freedom.
Yeah.
From the 91, I think. So I put that on as I got in the shower, and I was telling Kelly over and over how the music from the 80s and 90s is better than anything that's on the radio today.
And then it repeated.
And
we had to listen to it twice.
So what I thought I'd do.
I sang that at karaoke when we were celebrating her divorce. She said, Kelly, because she didn't have enough nerve to sing it herself, get up there and sing Freedom by George Michael. So I did that in karaoke one time.
Okay, so I'm going to rank from the 1950s until the 2010s, the decades of music. This is my opinion, from the worst to the best. And you tell me if you agree.
Okay.
Okay, so it would be, that'd be 7 decades, right? I think, yeah. The worst music out of all the decades from the 50s is the 2010s. The music
really?
2010 to 2019, the decade that we're in now, is the absolute most horrible music that has ever been on the face of the earth.
Really?
Yes.
That's a strong opinion.
How you like that?
How do you feel about Ed Sheeran?
And I was telling Kelly this. The best you got right now,
Bruno Mars,
is Ed Sheeran,
Bruno Mars,
Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, and Posty. That's the best you got. That's all you got.
Well, they're good.
Well, yeah.
Maroon 5's good.
Well, that's more 2000s, isn't it?
They got music now.
Yeah, I know, but they became popular in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, but they're still around. They're still hot now.
Okay, so the seventh, the worst one I think is the 2010s. The sixth place I put the 1950s. Okay, the 50s is kind of like where it all started.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Buddy Holly, Elvis, Chuck Berry.
I don't want to listen to that.
Chuck Berry, Richie Valens.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of like where rock started, but who listens to 50s music now?
Yeah.
Number 5, the 2000s. Give me 3 songs from the 2000s.
Well, I would assume that was, I don't know decades because
2000 to 2010.
Were the Backstreet Boys and Britney playing then?
I think they were 90s.
They were 90s more, so I don't know.
Was Britney late 90s or 2000s? She's kind of late 90s into the 2000s.
And yeah, so you know how I feel about the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, okay, so it's kind of mid-range there. 4th place, I put the 60s. So you got Pink Floyd, you got the Beatles.
Pink Floyd was the 60s?
They started in the 60s. The Rolling Stones.
But they got their stride in the 70s, right?
Jimi Hendrix, James Brown.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, so you could definitely name
The Monkees.
The Monkees.
I love the Monkees. I didn't know they were old. When I was a little girl, we had TBS, we got cable, and the Monkees was on every day. And I thought they were a real band still. And I would write them fan letters and mail them to the Monkees. They would be returned to sender. I couldn't understand why. I was just a little girl. I didn't know.
Give me some Monkees.
Take the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. We can be there by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. I can keep going.
It's good, babe.
I love the Monkees.
Number 3.
Mickey Dolenz was my favorite.
Here's where the music starts getting really good. The 70s.
I like the 70s a lot.
Do you disagree with any of these? You're just kind of going along
No,
with
I like
them.
70s.
Okay. So I think the third best decade of music was the 70s.
Third worst or best? Are we going backwards or forwards?
I'm going backwards, but now we're at place number 3.
So they're number 3? Okay.
Third best. So you got heavy hitters. Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, Queen, Steve Miller Band, Stevie Wonder, The Who.
Yeah.
See what I mean when you're talking about decades of music versus what we got now? And then you compare those acts that are legends to, I don't know.
Disposable.
Maybe I am old.
Well, music's more disposable now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just
a lot of one-hit wonders and stuff like that. But that was true in the 90s too.
And that's another thing.
A ton of one-hit wonders.
That's another thing that's changed though, is the way people buy music. Like I used to go, I'd save up $15 and go to the store and buy a CD or a record or a cassette, whatever it was. And you lay down your money, you're hoping you get 8 good songs. So musicians and artists were putting out good albums. Like the whole album had to be good. Now you buy any song you want.
Cherry pick.
It's much more single driven, right?
And our attention spans are shorter.
Right.
And, I used to sit in my room and listen to we had records and record players. And this is making us sound so old. But that's what you would do. You'd just sit there all afternoon and just listen to music. It meant something.
Okay, the second place here, this is tough because you got 2 decades left. You got 80s and 90s. I'm putting, you know how I feel about 90s music. I love the 90s, but I'm putting it number 2.
Really?
Yeah, I'm putting the 90s.
I'm surprised.
I'm putting the 90s number 2. 90s, the way I remember it, was more about, there was a lot of grunge. Everyone was coming out of the 80s and the kind of the partying and the hair metal and all that stuff. The 90s was much more more of a beat down kind of music scene.
Still had the Backstreet Boys.
Still had the Backstreet Boys.
And Britney and NSYNC.
Yep. But country was big. Garth, Tim McGraw, Brooks and Dunn, big in the 90s. But I listened to a lot of like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, all the grunge band, Nirvana. That's
See, that missed me.
You.
That missed me altogether.
But I keep my satellite radio. I almost always have it on the 90s. But number 1, and I think most people would agree with this, the 80s.
Probably you think most people would?
The best music decade. Let me read.
See, that was my high school years, so I think that too. And plus, it was when MTV came out.
Exactly.
So then you had the visual element, and music just became something very different in the 80s.
Check out these acts that were big in the 80s. Michael Jackson, Aerosmith, Madonna, Pink Floyd, Prince, Metallica, Iron Maiden, U2, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Bruce Springsteen, The Police, Van Halen, Run DMC, Billy Joel, Whitney Houston, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Motley Crue.
You better get to mine.
Kiss, Poison, George Michael, The Rolling Stones.
Wham. You forgot Wham. You said George Michael, but you didn't say Wham.
George Michael and Wham. Okay, yeah. But the 80s had it all.
You left out Duran Duran.
Duran Duran. Yeah, I don't.
How could you leave out Duran Duran?
I like Duran Duran. Yeah, Duran Duran too.
I got out of the car the other day at my daughter's volleyball scrimmage match, and the man next to me was sitting in his car, and Rio was jamming.
Yeah.
This man sitting, I just stood beside my car because it was the tail end of Rio.
Heck yeah.
I love Duran Duran so much. You don't understand how much I love them. I love them so much that 7 and the Ragged Tiger, I had it on cassette. I listened to it so much the tape broke. I had to go buy a new one. I literally just wore it out.
I love the music from the 80s and 90s. I miss it. Especially when you listen to what's on the radio today.
Oh, you miss it? You got really sad when you said that.
Well, I can listen to it anytime I want. That's the majority of my collection is 80s and 90s. But
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, as you get older, you kind of look back. Everything back in the day was
Well,
better.
we just went to see Journey and Def Leppard not too long ago in concert, and that was so much fun.
That was fun. Def Leppard was great.
Yeah.
Journey, that's another 80s band I didn't mention.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's how I rank them. If you disagree or agree, send us a note. You can always send us a message at podcast@kellieandallen.com or just go to kellieandallen.com and click on contact us. And let me know if I'm like nuts or you'd rank them differently. But that's how I see it.
Well, I mean, there's always, like currently, Adele's going to be coming out with new music again soon, and you can't say that she's not great. And, like I said, Bruno, Ed, Taylor, there's a lot of good music out there. But who's going to stand the test of time 20, 30 years from now when people look back? I don't know.
That's what's missing for me, I think, is someone who appreciates more of the bands that have guitar, and real drums, not fake drums. It's like, where are the big rock bands now?
That's just not the taste of this generation right now.
It's just not what people listen to now.
Are there any real bands that are touring? It's mostly solo artists, right?
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, people like that.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran. They're all like, it's Bruno.
We just sound old.
Well, and I don't mean to like pour piss all over the artists today. They're talented artists. They're just not the type of music that I prefer.
Well, my daughter is just now starting to like 80s music. Just now, and I was trying to beat that into her head when she was younger, and she poo-pooed it, but now she's come around. She really likes 80s music now, and she's almost 13.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Every once in a while, well, more than every once in a while, I try to play some stuff that's appropriate for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll play the Boys, the Eagles, and because I remember when I was growing up, that's what my dad listened to.
Yeah.
He listened to the Eagles. In fact, on his bedroom door, I don't know how my mom let him get away with this. He had a picture of the Eagles.
On the bedroom door?
Yes. And I think he was kind of doing it as a bit. It wasn't always there. But I remember looking on his bedroom door, and it was one of the album covers. I forget which one it was, but I think it was Hotel California, because it was the one that it was kind of you could see the palm trees, and it was just the silhouette. I think that's Hotel California. But anyway, he had a picture of an Eagles album on his door, and he would listen to that and CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and Elton John. My dad liked Elton John, so I found an interest in music just by kind of what my dad listened to.
Yeah,
and got into that stuff. And then, what was the first album you ever bought?
Me?
Yeah,
Donnie and Marie Going Coconuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was I asked for it for Christmas and I got it. But the first 45 I ever bought, truly with my own money, I went to Rose's department store and I bought the Beatles on a 45 Tragedy.
Okay.
Tragedy! When the feeling's gone and you can't go on, it's tragedy. That was the first 45 I ever bought.
My first album was Van Halen 2. And then I got Diver Down. I got a lot of Van Halen early. I got into that.
I remember my first albums, in addition to Donnie and Marie Going Coconuts. I had Sean Cassidy.
Okay.
Born Too Soon, I think is what the album was. I had Olivia Newton-John. I listened to a lot of her. Those were the albums that I really remember from being young. And I remember my parents having a stereo with an 8-track player and a lava lamp on top. And you'd turn on the lava lamp and you'd put on the 8 tracks and they would like fade out and then go back up and fade back into the next song. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Had a lot of Elvis.
Yeah, the King.
Yeah, I have good memories of that. I hope my daughter has good memories of growing up.
That's why I like to play the kids' older music, is because I have good memories of listening to music, my dad's music growing up. And I hope that, I'm not trying to cram like my music down their throat, but I just want them to know there's more out there than you listen to on the radio.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that you would never hear on the radio nowadays, it's some of the best music that's ever been made.
But I wonder if music used to mean more than it does now, because now there's so many other distractions. We didn't have a ton of distractions. You know, they've got video games and all these things going on now that are other distractions, whereas back then you had music, you had books, and you had TV, but not all the other stuff. I don't know.
You know, that's true, because one of my favorite things to do, and you know this still today, is to go to a bookstore. But when I was a kid, there was a chain in Wichita Falls called Hastings. You've ever heard of Hastings?
I'm not sure.
They used to be around, but Hastings was a record and bookstore. And I would go to Hastings, and that's all I'd love to do.
Yeah.
Just go read books and find the new albums that were good, and there was ways you could listen to them.
Yeah.
And I loved going to Hastings.
Yeah.
And like you say, kids have different options. I mean, who goes to bookstores now? Do kids go to
Right.
bookstores?
Right. That's why you have to have the bookstores delivered to you with literati.
Literati. That's right. Use code LOVIN, LOVIN. All right, babe. Well, this has been fun.
It has.
Very controversial. Very controversial.
Has it been?
Yes. You called me a jerk 3 times.
Alan, I didn't call you a jerk 3 times. I called you a jerk once and then repeated it.
Then I got
repeated the story.
Then I got extremely juvenile, which tends to happen.
Yes.
And then I ranked the decades of music, and I totally trashed the music of today. It was very controversial.
It's fine. No, it was interesting. I just think it's just a product of getting old. You know,
old? Who's old?
Yeah, we're old and hairy, and we like our music the way we like our music. Gosh darn it. Hey, you know what I like, and I've told you this repeatedly, is FabFitFun. My girlfriend was like, when's the next FabFitFun coming out? Well, it is out now. The fall box is on sale now. I was so excited because I've been teasing you, because they've been teasing me. The box is coming. The box is coming. It finally came this week for me. This is a women's lifestyle subscription box. It comes 4 times a year. This has got full size premium beauty, lifestyle, fitness, home, and wellness products. They all come straight to your doorstep each season. It's the products that you've been like curious about wanting to try, but not really sure if you want to dive all the way in. The fall box is the perfect way to treat yourself. It's a perfect way to treat somebody you love, because who wouldn't want to get one of these? I mean, seriously, it's a fun surprise. Or you can also customize your box. Now, in my FabFitFun fall box, I can't go through everything I got, but you're guaranteed to get at least $200 worth of products in your box, and you're only paying, well, the retail price is $49.99, but I'm going to give you a code to save you even more money. But I got the Anthropologie travel yoga mat for when you just stick it in your carry-on or whatever. It's take it anywhere.
You got an Anthropologie yoga mat in this thing? Wow.
I did. It's really nice.
Nice.
You get things for health. You also get things for your home. I got this really cute twine cheese board and plate, because we do cheeses. We've been really into those charcuterie boards lately.
Love charcuterie. That
came in my FabFitFun box.
Yep.
I got this Pure C vitamin mixing crystals, because my skin's been feeling kind of dull lately. You add this into your cleanser, into your lotions, and it just perks up your face. I got that. I was really excited to get the Aveda Damage Remedy, because my hair had been really fried on the ends. So you use this, it just does some damage control. I tell you, whatever's going on in my life, it's like FabFitFun has little fairies, and they know exactly what I need, and it shows up in my box.
Fairies?
I'm telling you, FabFitFun fairies.
Okay.
I bet they do.
Mm-hmm.
And with each FabFitFun, you get this wonderful magazine that comes in your box. I'll show it to the kid TV, the podcast family viewing audience watching with us on YouTube. It gives you, like, if you get the scarf in your box, it tells you different ways to style it. It gives you recipes. It also refers you to the FabFitFun TV you get with your membership to FabFitFun. So much. It's more than just what you get in your box. FabFitFun is full of products you must have this fall.
FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box with full-size beauty, fitness, fashion, and lifestyle products. It usually retails for $49.99, but it always has a value of over $200, like Kellie said.
Mine's way over.
Yes. Use coupon code Kellie. Wow. Kellie for $10 off your first box at www.fabfitfun.com. That's www.fabfitfun.com. And remember coupon. No, we don't.
Remember to use the code Kellie, Kellie,
code
on
Kellie.
your first box.
Yes.
And you can use this as everybody's gone off to college now, and you'd like to send those care packages. Do you want to go and gather all those items into a box and ship it off? You're going to be paying a lot more. I'm telling you that. With FabFitFun, it's a lot cheaper. And if you use code Kellie, You get $10 off your first box at fabfitfun.com.
Hey, Kelly, this is Sean. Hey, I know you and Alan, I kicked Alan off the podcast. Y'all have been going now for about 59 minutes.
Ooh, sorry, El Presidente.
Well,
Sean.
I think we need to nip that in the bud, that El Presidente.
Oh, you don't like that, do you?
No, I'd wish you guys that, I like to keep on the down low, like George.
Boss Man George?
Yeah.
Well, what do we call you? Boss Man Sean?
No,
we can't do that.
I think Sean is appropriate. So you tell Alan we need to start cutting this at about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How can we squeeze in enough content, El Presidente?
I'm not too concerned about that, but I do want you to do all 3 spots in 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do.
All right. Well, I'm going to give this back to Alan now. Did you know Sean was in here?
You know what? You just missed him. How crazy is that?
Was it really Sean? Did it sound like Sean?
It was close. You've done better.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean I've done better? It was Sean. He was here.
Yeah. I think I need to secretly record him so you can listen to him at the last minute before you go live with it.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, now I'm going into my Sean voice. Yeah. Okay. Well, Sean's from Texas, so he talks in that Texas drawl.
Yeah.
And and he's got the raspy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, let's go get some sushi. Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
You're getting close.
Yeah, man. But I've always got George if I need to fall back.
Right. You're a master impressionist, babe.
Of just the characters on the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Can you do JC?
JC? No, I'd have to practice.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah, I'd have to practice. I probably could, but I'd have to practice. All right, babe. This has been fun.
It has. Got a lot to do before bedtime, so we need to wrap this up.
We do. But I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately. But we'll podcast again real soon. I know it.
You feel it in your bones.
I feel it in my bones. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.